What if I tell you can enjoy your menstruation without even knowing it? We have come up with a product today that teaches you how happy your menstruation can be. So welcome to inspire.This.
Content ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದರೆ like, share and subscribe ಮಾಡಿ.
Welcome to inspire.This. Today on our show we have Anil Kumar sir from Ohijia. So welcome to my show.
Namaste.
So firstly, before we begin with the conversation, how comfortable are you talking about menstrual hygiene and women health?
See, I being a pharma background person, I don't think talking to a science about a human body is a challenge.
Okay.
It's like a subject which we need to interact or study during our college days.
Mm-hmm.
And over the period of my career also, I've been interacted with the doctors as well as the people who's around our medical and paramedical industry. So I don't feel any discomfort discussing on menstruation, menstrual hygiene or anything. Apart from that, my interest area in the pharma even is women's health.
Okay.
Where I have developed products like PCOS, that is polycystic ovary syndrome. So during that period, anyway, I have to understand more about a woman's anatomy, physiology, as well as the science behind the woman.
Mm-hmm. So you find it comfortable because I see women these days, especially women in their younger age, in their 20s or the teenage. Whenever a topic raises related to menstruation or sanitary pads, there is some hesitance even today.
I totally agree with you that, madam. This happens because the education which is lacking on this
Topic.
menstruation, because it's always, even today also, it's the taboo subject. And there is a lot of stigma around the subject. So as a person, as a man, I have limitation as you said, but still I try to revolutionize this stigma, or I can say that I wanted to reduce the stigma in, as you said, like young women and the girls, because the moment they start opening up this, the menstruation will never be a stigma topic. And it is a natural process. It is not in olden times it says that you are not supposed to enter the house, you are not supposed to touch something. This is all it's a kind of a myth, I can say. But related to the religious side, there could be some reason. But in the modern world, it has not that much of value. That is what my perception. But it depends on individual and it depends on the groups how they take it over.
Maybe there was one reason where women were emphasized to take some rest during menstruation. That is where she was isolated in a place. That is how understanding the religious perspective happens from my end. Maybe yes, today for a working woman or a college going girl, if you want her to rest for 3 or 5 days, may not happen. But yes, what made you choose menstrual cups as one of the business product or the...
See, it is actually started with an incident which has happened in my personal life, along with my wife's travel. On a flight, she was having periods. Normal pads she used, and she was wearing a very white dress. Unfortunately, on the higher altitude, the flow was little higher, and that was really an embarrassing situation. So somehow we managed that. But then one realization happened to me that it is not only my wife, the entire worldwide, almost every woman is facing this issue. So keeping that in mind, what is the best that we can do? So that is where Ohijia is born.
Okay.
Of course, menstrual cup innovation is not mine. It is done way back in 1930s.
Mm-hmm.
And 1937 it was patented by American actress Leone Chalmers. But after seeing the benefits of the present menstrual cup, It gives lot of comfort for a woman. So that is the reason we started this Ohygia as a brand.
So why did you name it Ohygia?
The reason or coining the name of Ohygia was basically the hygiene is the major part of menstruation, and our company started for the hygiene products,
Okay.
especially menstrual cup. Ohygia means in Greek, it is the goddess of hygiene, where purity is important.
Okay.
So that is why the name coined as Ohygia.
Beautifully coined.
Thank you.
So tell me, sir, why would I switch from a conventional sanitary pad to a menstrual cup as a menstruating girl?
Wonderful question. And see, it is not in Ohygia, we are not only selling a product, we are trying to empowering the woman with comfort and care.
Okay.
Look at the aspects of a menstruation woman. She has to go through lot of discomfort which was already stamped on woman's life cycle. But unfortunately, nobody or the earlier stage tried to reduce this stigma or this discomfort thing. Whereas when you use a menstrual cup, you change everything. There are three aspects which basically plays around this. One is of course the individual's health and hygiene. Second is the environmental safety or landfill aspects. And the third is the economical side. So when you buy a menstrual cup, it is not that you are just trying to get comfort of a menstrual cup, whereas you are trying to avoid a landfill.
Right.
And economical side, if you see, one menstrual cup lasts for 5 years to 10 years, right? In a year, a woman spends thousands of rupees for menstrual pads. So if we take one by one, for example, first is the health side. You have to understand, you are using a sanitary pads. In my language, I say it's a cocktail of chemicals.
Okay.
Why cocktail of chemicals? That the pad itself will speak. You see the first layer of the pad. It is nothing but polypropylene. It's a plastic derivative from polyethylene, polypropylene, that's all. Only the chemically the structure will be little different. But functionally it is the same. So this polypropylene which we are using as a perforated polypropylene in menstrual cup.
Okay.
Right?
Menstrual sanitary pads.
Sorry, sanitary pads. This perforated polypropylene is bleached by chlorine because you see almost every pads are white in color.
To make it presentable.
To make it white, it is bleached by chlorine. Before I continue, I have one more question to you.
Okay.
Why the pads are white in color? As a woman, as a menstruating woman, I appreciate an answer from you for that.
Maybe to understand the flow of blood, it is easy on a whiter surface.
No. It's basically simple, ma'am. Every woman will be having a gradient of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder.
Okay.
Okay. So the moment you see white, you think it is
Clean.
So this is a marketing gimmick by the multinational companies. It is nothing to do with white for the menstruation. No measurement, no coloring, nothing is required to assess any of the condition in menstruation.
Okay.
So that is the reason they are using chlorine and bleaching it. The chlorine is converting to dioxin,
Okay.
which is a very hazardous chemical. It impairs the hormonal secretion, that means it's affect the endocrine system. When the endocrine system is affected, definitely the hormonal imbalance will happen, and the hormonal functioning is important in menstruation
For every woman.
for every woman.
Her overall health, I believe it.
Yeah,
It is depending on the hormones.
there is 4 hormones are playing around: the follicle stimulating hormone, the luteinizing hormone, estrogen, and the progesterone. So luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone secrete from the hypothalamus. When the follicle stimulating hormone secretes, the egg forms. When luteinizing hormone, the cycle, basically that cycle I would like to say, I don't want to elaborate that on the science side. So this imbalance will be definitely lead to a condition called polycystic ovary. I'm not saying this is the main reason for polycystic ovary, but this contributes, it attributes to the condition. So that is one reason why I say pads are not safe.
Maybe off late, we see more number of cases in PCOS.
Yes, this is what I actually like to highlight on another subject of PCOS, where we have done little studies on that. If you see nowadays the PCOS, as you said, the incidence are very high. Of course, one is the sedentary lifestyle, the junk food habit, genetic predisposition, and along with that, your usage of pads. Because on an average, 7 days the periods happens for a woman.
Right.
So 24/7, this dioxin traces material is keeping in your very sophisticated area.
True.
And it is highly permeable. So absorption of the chemicals is direct without passing first pass metabolism. So these chemicals, this dioxin, as it is accumulating in cervical and uterine area, which may lead to cervical cancer as well as uterine cancer.
The companies which produce sanitary pads, they claim that if you change sanitary pads every 3 to 4 hours, there is no harm in using it. So,
see, as I said, highly permeable area, you are keeping a pad with a chemical, hazardous chemical called dioxin. It absorbs in very few seconds. The onset of action through parenteral administration is the highest. Then comes the sublingual, rectal and vaginal route of administration. So you can't say that 3 hours it won't happen. That is one. Secondly, if you really see the practical side of using sanitary pads, how many are changing in 3 hours? If you are changing in 3 hours or 4 hours, let us for a calculation purpose, in 24 hours, how many pads they have to change?
at least 5.
5 pads. So you count a 5 per day to 7. So how many pads per period?
Cycle 35. Per cycle it is 35.
35. Don't you think it is high?
It's high on everything, even on your economic
because
side.
now we are only taken a path of health side.
Okay.
I will come to the rest once I complete this. So this dioxin affect all this functionality of the human body, especially for the woman. The second is that it has got a super absorbent layer.
Okay.
Which is nothing but sodium polyacrylate. The sodium polyacrylate can absorb 300 to 500 times of its weight. That means if you keep 5 grams of sodium polyacrylate in a pad, it can absorb 1.5 liter of fluid.
Okay.
So during menstruation, if the pad not saturated with the solution what it can absorb, it will be definitely absorb the normal flora also from the vagina. That is the reason when you remove the pad, in experience I cannot say, but as a science I can say that you feel a lot of dryness.
Yes.
It's itching or rashes and allergy. So this is another contribution for your health side from the sanitary pads. And madam, now my next question to you, since it's a discussion which I would like to take as a conversation. You see a lot of pads nowadays with fragrance.
Do we really need it?
That is a question I was about to ask you. Do we really need
I
it?
seriously wonder, making things presentable, a lot of things are added. And why would sanitary pad need fragrance?
Again, ma'am, it's only a marketing gimmick. The young youths are attracted by fragrance, but nobody is going to smell the pad after the use. Before the use, you may smell it, you will get the fragrance. But once you kept on your private area, nobody is going to smell it. So it is actually the fragrance which is the most dangerous chemical, like volatile organic compounds are there. When I say the volatile organic compounds, the benzene, which is carcinogenic again, and the one which manufacture tire, that is styrene, which is also present in that. So likewise, many volatile organic compounds, what actually happens is, it impacts the vaginal microbiome,
Okay.
which is very important for the healthy environment. Even the fertility also, the vaginal microbiome plays a major role. So this is getting disturbed. Once the vaginal microbiome get disturbed, the chances for fungal infection, yeast infection and bacterial infections are very high. So now I have said 3 components which is attributing to your discomfort as a health wise. Now coming back, everything has to be packed.
Yes.
How it is packing? The packing is very interesting, madam.
Okay.
It is a hot glue, again one more chemical which is adding to your pad. After all this, there is a barrier layer which is nothing
All the
but
layers are packed.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Then after that, the last layer, which is the barrier layer, it is polyethylene.
Plastic.
So that's what I say. Sanitary pads are cocktail of chemicals.